Hey yo, this is Steve Penn message. A lot of y'all need to hear this. Pay attention. Word. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's up? It's your boy Steve Penn, and today I want to talk about boxing, but not just any boxing. You know, the hype around Claressa Shields, about the fight that went down with Franchon Crews-Dezurn, and that's really it, man. I've been going for a while, so I want to jump into this topic real quick. And this video is not to bash Claressa Shields or even bash Franchon Crews-Dezurn. You know, it's just that me personally, I expected more from this fight. I really thought that Claressa Shields and Franchon Dezurn really had some real bad blood around the fight time. You know, I knew that they were friends before, but as the promotion of the fight went on, things started to heat up, right? And so, you know, I was really looking for Franchon Crews to really just humble Claressa Shields. You know, lately Claressa Shields has been getting a lot of pushback and a lot of backlash and stuff like that because of her antics and her attitude. And so a lot of people wanted her to be humbled. And me too, you know, especially when she went after Laila Ali. But, you know, I gotta tell you, I was very disappointed in Franchon Crews. You know, it seemed to me during fight night, she came in there, you know, she looked really out of shape to me. You know, she looked like she gained a couple pounds over the night. Now, I know that boxers, they rehydrate, they get back up to their, I guess, their natural weight. They add on a couple more pounds or whatever because, you know, they have to make weight maybe the day before or whatever. But she came in there, man, and she kind of just looked like an old lady. You know, looked out of shape, man. But every time I see her, she kind of looks like that to me. And I was just hoping that, you know, she had that fire inside of her, right? And so I was very disappointed. And a lot of people say, you know, this fight was fixed, and I'm not saying that it was fixed, but you just really don't know what to believe no more in boxing today. You know, I'm a diehard boxing fan, but lately, in the past few years, you know, I can honestly say that I became a casual, right? I don't really got time to really just, you know, feed into this stuff no more because, like I said before, fights take too long to happen. And it really is just a turn off for me. That's just for me personally. But, you know, Claressa, you know, she wants to dub herself as the GWOAT, but to me, she really hasn't fought no one like that. You know, that's really, you know, can give her that work, right? I think that most of the fighters that can really be some type of competition to Miss Shields is fighters that's, you know, in lower weight classes like the Alicia Baumgarters, you know, even like Amanda Serrano, you know, Serrano. But these fighters that she fights, I think they just want a payday, you know. And, you know, Claressa wants to call herself the GWOAT, but, you know, I want her to do GWOAT things. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for her. I want her to change her attitude and stuff like that because it's very sickening. It's very annoying. I really think she puts too much of her personal business out there online. But hey, who am I, you know, to speak on her? I mean, after all, she's rich, right? That's all that matters, right? I mean, to people, that's all. She's the GWOAT. She's rich. She can do what he wants. But nah, it takes a little bit more than that, man, to earn my respect. I really don't give a damn about nobody's money. It ain't mine, right? I care about your profession and what you do, and I want you to be the best at what you do. But, you know, besides her shenanigans, you know, I would like to see her lose some weight, man. Do some GWOAT stuff, you know, lose some weight. Go get at those chicks that claim that, you know, they can beat you, and go get them, you know, and stop saying you can't lose the weight. You could lose the weight, you know, you're just comfortable where you at, right? And there's somebody out there that's gonna humble her if she sticks around, you know. I just feel like after a while, man, you know, she's gonna run into something, you know. And I'm hoping that something is gonna be Shadasia Green. I really do like Shadasia Green, low key, really humble. And I just hope, Shadeja, if you're listening to this, man, if you ever get that fight, man, you know, use your skills, man. You know, go on there and try to get something. I really think that Franchon went in there for the paycheck. You know, I mean, to me, she smothers her work. You know, she smothers her jabs, really sloppy. I mean, to me, Claressa Shields has gotten better, but she's pretty sloppy. I've always thought she was a sloppy fighter, and you know, throw a lot of flurries, but you know, you really ain't really knocking nothing out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna take a girl, you know, another girl, which I believe they're out there, but they're just in different weight classes right now, and I don't know why neither one of them want to meet in the middle. You know, so I don't know. I was just disappointed. I think overall, yeah, it was an exciting fight to, you know, regular fight fans. You know, I know I said I'm a casual, but I really, you know, I know boxing. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, I'm a casual because I choose to be one, right? Because I don't really see no one out there right now in the GWOAT category that are fighting each other. I mean, even Perkins had a good shot, but she's kind of sloppy to me too, you know? And I feel like all this friendship shit that's going on in boxing, that's another turnoff for me. It made me become a casual. You know, in the era that I grew up watching boxing, if they were friends, you know, they weren't that close. You know, they respected each other, but you know, they weren't toting around, hanging around, and calling each other brother and hugging each other and stuff like that before the fight. I mean, that kills a lot of the energy. You know, and you know, boxing is starting to become like wrestling to me. Fake. You got YouTubers in here fighting, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's getting watered down just like hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's going through that cycle, man. You know, you got your mixing boxing with rapping. I mean, it's already naturally like that because most of the same people that, you know, watch boxing, they're also hip hop heads, and we know that already. But to make it into one, I ain't really feeling that like that. You know, I think it takes the focus off the fighters, and I mean, in Claressa Shields' case anyway. You know, she's rapping, and ain't nothing wrong with that, but that's not what we know her for. We know for her for fighting, right? And so I like to keep it that way. And I feel like all that extra attention, you know, she ain't really handling it like a professional. You know, she's you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just my take. And again, it's just my opinion. I ain't knocking her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, she's aggravating, you know. I'm personally tired of people getting at her about her personal life, but it's kind of hard when she's constantly putting herself out there like that, man. It becomes annoying, you know. It gets under people's skin. So, you know, Franchon, I don't know what she's going to do. If you're listening, I hope that if you do return to the ring, that I think that you should kind of like get in there and really try to win. And I know you watch tapes, but continue watching tapes of yourself because you smother a lot of your work, you know. I can't really see when your punches land. I mean, they look really like cluttered. You know, you remind me like the female version of Sean Porter. I like Sean Porter as a boxer, as a person. He's not my favorite at all, you know, because he just seems to smother his punches. He's a beast. No, he got that pressure, but you know, those punches is just doesn't seem to come across real crisp and clean. Doesn't seem like Franchon Dezurn, like Sean Porter, has a good punch. What do they call it? A good punch. Chooses shots, chooses the right shots. They call it punch selection. Does seem like they have good punch selection. They're just throwing and, you know, swinging for the trees. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that makes a sloppy fight. So all in all, you know, what's the hype about Claressa? I mean, yeah, she, you know, 18 fights, man. You know, knocked out 3 people. I just need to see what she really made of, man. And right now, she's just not getting it from me. Never really did. I just knew that the people she fought, you know, not a big deal. Savannah Marshall, okay, if that's the best the females have to offer, then I guess you can call it a GWOAT if, compared to those people. But I want to see her fight the top notch. I want to see them meet in the middle somewhere. I would love to see her fight Alicia Bumgarner. I actually think Alicia Bumgarner is more sharper than Claressa, and so one of them need to make it happen. They take too long to make fights happen, but they want to be reign queen and all of this in the GWOAT. And I don't know. I'm not hating. That's just my opinion. So yeah, I'm just tired of it. Very sloppy fight, man. And then later, Claressa calls Franchon a sore loser. Well, I mean, what do you expect, man? I mean, sore loser, sloppy show. I mean, there's nothing good out of it other than like the performers, and it was cool to see Bootsy up there, and it was something to do on a Sunday night. But after a while, the fight got boring. The first round, Franchon came out there firing, swinging. I thought, she was gonna kind of like start picking her shots a little bit better, but as the fight continued to progress, it just got sloppier and sloppier and sloppier. And so I didn't want to do another video about Claressa Shields because I'm personally tired of people, talking about her every day, and just let her go ahead and do her thing, man. Claressa over here on this channel, we just want to see you fight somebody good. Definitely would like to be nice to see you mature a lot and keep your business to yourself, man. Nobody needs to know everything that you're doing, man. And I don't know what you guys got going on, you and Pat Poose and all of that stuff, but I really don't care. I just want to see you do what you do. And so, I don't know. Y'all leave y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think. Are you tired of the whole Claressa Shields personal life thing? Or do you really want to see her, go ahead in there and really fight somebody and stop, kind of like cherry picking and stuff like that? And if you the GWOAT, prove you the GWOAT. How y'all feel about that? Leave your comments below, man. Let me know, what your thoughts are. And remember to hit that subscribe button. Like, share, all that good stuff. Hit those notification bells so when I drop. Been on for a while, man, but I'm back. So, word, it's your boy Steve Penn. Holla at me. See y'all later. Peace.